Navigating the codebook requirements for Master Electrician exams in different jurisdictions can be tricky. For St. Charles County, notes and ink are allowed in the International Code Council, or IC, codebook. However, St. Louis City has stricter rules. No notes are allowed in the codebook, even if they are written in ink. It's important to be aware of these differences when preparing for your exams. St. Louis City is still using the 2009 International Residential Code, or IRC. The examination information that you received is correct in stating this. You can purchase the 2009 IRC from various sources, including online retailers like Amazon and home improvement stores like Home Depot and Lowe's. If you're having trouble finding a physical copy, consider purchasing the ebook version on the International Code Council website. It's unlikely that St. Louis City will allow you to use a 2005 codebook, even if it has no notes written in it. The 2005 IRC is outdated and does not meet the requirements of the current testing process. Therefore, it is recommended that you purchase or obtain an ebook of the 2009 IRC and use that for the master test in St. Louis City. This will ensure that you have the most up-to-date information and are not denied the opportunity to take the test due to codebook requirements. Remember to always check the specific rules and regulations of the jurisdiction where you are taking the exam. Using the correct codebook and following the allowed note-taking guidelines will help you to succeed. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards for electrical wiring, overcurrent protection, grounding, and installation. It is updated every 3 years and adopted by many jurisdictions. Understanding the NEC is crucial for any electrician, including master electricians. Here are some key areas covered in the NEC. Chapter 1 covers general requirements, including definitions, scope, and rules for electrical installations. Chapter 2 covers wiring and protection, including conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, and grounding. Chapter 3 covers wiring methods and materials, including different types of cables, conduits, and wiring devices. Chapter 4 covers equipment for general use, including appliances, lighting, and motors. Chapter 5 covers special occupancies, including hazardous locations, healthcare facilities, and places of assembly. Chapter 6 covers special equipment, including electric signs, elevators, and electric welders. Chapter 7 covers special conditions, including emergency systems, fire alarm systems, and communication systems. Chapter 8 covers communication systems, including telephone, radio, and television systems. Chapter 9 contains tables and examples for calculating conductor sizes, overcurrent protection, and other electrical parameters. Article 90.2 covers the scope of the NEC, outlining what types of electrical installations are covered by the code. Article 100 provides definitions for many of the terms used throughout the NEC, ensuring consistent interpretation and application of the code. Article 110 covers the requirements for electrical installations, including workmanship, wiring methods, and equipment. Article 210 covers branch circuits, which are the circuits that supply power to outlets, lighting, and appliances. Article 215 covers feeders, which are the circuits that carry power from the service equipment to the branch circuits. Article 220 covers branch circuit, feeder, and service calculations, which are used to determine the required size of conductors and overcurrent protection. Article 230 covers services, which are the conductors and equipment that bring power from the utility to the building. Article 240 covers overcurrent protection, including fuses and circuit breakers, which are used to protect circuits from overloads and short circuits. Article 250 covers grounding and bonding, which are used to provide a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, minimizing the risk of electric shock. Article 300 covers wiring methods, including the different types of cables and conduits that are permitted for use in electrical installations. Article 310 covers conductors for general wiring, including the ampacity of different sizes and types of conductors. Article 314 covers outlet, device, pull and junction boxes, conduit bodies, fittings, and handheld enclosures, which are used to protect and support wiring devices and connections. Article 320 covers armored cable, type AC, which is a type of cable that has a flexible metallic sheath. Article 330 covers metal-clad cable, type MC, which is a type of cable that has a corrugated metallic sheath. Article 334 covers non-metallic sheathed cable, types NM, NMC, and NMS, which are types of cable that have a non-metallic jacket. Article 344 covers rigid metal conduit, RMC, which is a type of conduit that is made of steel or aluminum. Article 348 covers intermediate metal conduit, IMC, which is a type of conduit that is lighter than RMC but still provides good protection. Article 352 covers rigid polyvinyl chloride conduit, PVC, which is a type of conduit that is made of plastic and is resistant to corrosion. Article 358 covers electrical metallic tubing, EMT, which is a type of conduit that is lightweight and easy to install. Article 366 covers auxiliary gutters, which are used to supplement wiring space at switchboards, panel boards, and other equipment. Article 370 covers cable trays, which are used to support cables in industrial and commercial installations. Article 376 covers metal wireways, which are used to protect and route conductors. Article 386 covers surface metal raceways, which are used to protect and route conductors on the surface of walls and ceilings. Article 392 covers cable trays, which are used to support cables in industrial and commercial installations. Article 400 covers flexible cords and cables, which are used for portable appliances and equipment. Article 404 covers switches, which are used to control lighting and other electrical loads. Article 406 covers receptacles, cord connectors, and attachment plugs, which are used to provide a point of connection for electrical appliances and equipment. Article 408 covers switchboards, switchgear, and panel boards, which are used to distribute power to branch circuits. Article 410 covers luminaires, lamp holders, and lamps, which are used for lighting. Article 422 covers appliances, which are electrical devices that perform a specific function. Article 430 covers motors, motor circuits, and controllers, which are used to power and control electric motors. Article 440 covers air conditioning and refrigerating equipment, which are used to cool and refrigerate buildings and equipment. Article 445 covers generators, which are used to generate electricity. Article 450 covers transformers, which are used to step up or step down voltage. Article 455 covers phase converters, which are used to convert single-phase power to three-phase power. Article 460 covers capacitors, which are used to improve power factor. Article 470 covers resistors and reactors, which are used to limit current or voltage. Article 480 covers storage batteries, which are used to store energy. Article 490 covers equipment over 600 volts, nominal, which includes high voltage equipment. Article 500 covers hazardous, classified locations, which are areas where flammable gases, vapors, or dust may be present. Article 501 covers Class 1 locations, which are hazardous locations where flammable gases or vapors may be present. Article 502 covers Class 2 locations, which are hazardous locations where combustible dust may be present. Article 503 covers Class 3 locations, which are hazardous locations where ignitable fibers or flyings may be present. Article 504 covers intrinsically safe systems, which are electrical systems that are designed to be safe for use in hazardous locations. Article 505 covers zone classification, which is an alternative method of classifying hazardous locations. Article 510 covers hazardous locations specific, which includes specific types of hazardous locations such as aircraft hangars and gasoline dispensing facilities. Article 511 covers commercial garages, repair and storage, which are locations where vehicles are repaired and stored. Article 513 covers aircraft hangars, which are locations where aircraft are stored and maintained. Article 514 covers gasoline dispensing and service stations, which are locations where gasoline is dispensed to vehicles. Article 515 covers bulk storage plants, which are locations where flammable liquids are stored in bulk. Article 516 covers finishing processes, which are processes that involve the application of flammable finishes. Article 517 covers healthcare facilities, which are locations where medical care is provided. Article 518 covers places of assembly, which are locations where large groups of people gather. Article 520 covers theaters, audience areas of motion picture and television studios, and similar locations, which are locations where theatrical performances are presented. Article 525 covers carnivals, circuses, fairs, and similar events, which are temporary events that involve amusement rides and other attractions. Article 530 covers motion picture and television studios and similar locations, which are locations where motion pictures and television programs are produced. Article 540 covers motion picture projection rooms, which are locations where motion pictures are projected. Article 547 covers agricultural buildings, which are buildings that are used for agricultural purposes. Article 550 covers mobile homes, manufactured homes, and mobile home parks, which are types of housing that are designed to be transportable. Article 551 covers recreational vehicles and recreational vehicle parks, which are vehicles and parks that are designed for recreational use. Article 552 covers park trailers, which are trailers that are designed to be used as temporary living quarters. Article 553 covers floating buildings, which are buildings that are designed to float on water. Article 555 covers marinas and boatyards, which are locations where boats are stored and maintained. Article 600 covers electric signs and outline lighting, which are used for advertising and decorative purposes. Article 604 covers manufactured wiring systems, which are wiring systems that are assembled in a factory and shipped to the job site. Article 605 covers office furnishings, which are electrical equipment that is used in offices. Article 610 covers cranes and hoists, which are used to lift and move heavy objects. Article 620 covers elevators, dumbwaiters, escalators, moving walks, wheelchair lifts, and stairway chairlifts, which are used to transport people and materials vertically. Article 625 covers electric vehicle charging systems, which are used to charge electric vehicles. Article 626 covers healthcare facilities, which are locations where medical care is provided. Article 630 covers electric welders, which are used to weld metal. Article 640 covers audio signal processing, amplification, and reproduction equipment, which is used for sound systems. Article 645 covers information technology equipment, which is used for computers and other electronic equipment. Article 646 covers modular data centers, which are data centers that are assembled from prefabricated modules. Article 647 covers sensitive electronic equipment, which is equipment that is susceptible to damage from voltage surges or other electrical disturbances. Article 650 covers pipe organs, which are musical instruments that use pipes to produce sound. Article 660 covers X-ray equipment, which is used for medical imaging. Article 665 covers induction and dielectric heating equipment, which is used to heat materials using electromagnetic fields. Article 668 covers electrolytic cells, which are used to produce chemicals by electrolysis. Article 669 covers electroplating, which is a process of coating metal with another metal using electrolysis. Article 670 covers industrial machinery, which is machinery that is used in industrial settings. Article 675 covers electrically driven or controlled irrigation machines, which are used to irrigate crops. Article 680 covers swimming pools, fountains, and similar installations, which are installations that involve water. Article 682 covers natural and artificially made bodies of water, which are bodies of water that are used for recreational or other purposes. Article 685 covers integrated electrical systems, which are electrical systems that are designed to work together as a unit. Article 690 covers solar photovoltaic (PV) systems, which are systems that generate electricity from sunlight. Article 691 covers large-scale photovoltaic (PV) electric supply stations, which are large-scale solar power plants. Article 692 covers fuel cell systems, which are systems that generate electricity from fuel cells. Article 694 covers wind electric systems, which are systems that generate electricity from wind. Article 695 covers fire pumps, which are pumps that are used to supply water for fire suppression. Article 700 covers emergency systems, which are electrical systems that are designed to provide power during a power outage. Article 701 covers legally required standby systems, which are electrical systems that are required by law to provide power during a power outage. Article 702 covers optional standby systems, which are electrical systems that are not required by law but are installed to provide power during a power outage. Article 705 covers interconnected electric power production sources, which are sources of electricity that are connected to the utility grid. Article 708 covers critical operations power systems, COPS, which are electrical systems that are designed to provide power to critical operations during a power outage. Article 710 covers over 600 volts nominal general, which includes general requirements for high-voltage electrical systems. Article 720 covers circuits and equipment operating at less than 50 volts, which includes requirements for low-voltage electrical systems. Article 725 covers Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 remote control, signaling, and power-limited circuits, which are circuits that are used for remote control, signaling, and power-limited applications. Article 727 covers instrumentation tray cable type IC, which is a type of cable that is used for instrumentation and control applications. Article 760 covers fire alarm systems, which are systems that are designed to detect and alert people to a fire. Article 770 covers optical fiber cables and raceways, which are used to transmit light signals. Article 800 covers communications circuits, which are circuits that are used for communication purposes. Article 810 covers radio and television equipment, which is equipment that is used for radio and television broadcasting. Article 820 covers community antenna television and radio distribution systems, which are systems that distribute television and radio signals to multiple users. Article 830 covers network-powered broadband communications systems, which are systems that use the network to power broadband communications equipment. Article 840 covers premises-powered broadband communications systems, which are systems that use the premises to power broadband communications equipment. Table 310.15b16 provides the allowable ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to and including 2000 volts. This table is used to determine the appropriate size of conductors for different applications. Table 250.122 provides the minimum size equipment grounding conductors for grounding raceway end equipment. This table is used to determine the appropriate size of grounding conductors for different types of equipment. Understanding these articles and tables is essential for ensuring safe and compliant electrical installations.